everyone, welcome back to my channel Tech and Life. In this video, I'm going to discuss about data visualization using Tableau desktop. So previously in my channel, I posted 11 different episodes on Tableau desktop data visualization tool. But in this video, I'm going to conclude all the concepts in one single video, and I'm going to explain in summarized manner each and every concept. So basically, what do we mean by a data visualization? We will grab the data and we will process the data and we'll do some sort of visualization like picturization like these things. So we have different patterns in our data. We can plot different types of graphs using our data, and we are going to learn all those things now in this video. So please do watch this video completely, and top of this video I'm going to share previous 11 videos link so that you can check what are the things you are missed till now. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, please click on that red subscribe button and make that bell icon from white to gray by clicking on that bell icon so that you cannot miss any of my videos in my channel. So without any further delay, what is a data visualization? Let's check what is the data visualization and what is the purpose of data visualization. So the purpose of data visualization is understand the data. We need to understand the data what we have in our hands. That means, for example, you have a sample superstore, that is a retail supermarkets data. That means you need to understand customer data and region, location, state, everything, and pictorial representation of textual and numerical data. This is the combination of both textual and numerical information. That means, for example, date is considered as a numerical information, city name is considered as textual information, and longitudinal and latitudinal information is again a numerical information. So in that manner, we need to understand how we can design a pictorial representation out of our textual data and numerical data. And coming to third point, effective presentation of information. We will be having some sort of information in the form of data set, and finally we will do some sort of visualization using our data visualization tool, and we will give some sort of materialized presentation. That means when you are presenting to your higher officials, you can present in an easier manner using these kind of visualization tools. And fourth point, connect with different forms of data and convert them to pictorial representation. We have different sorts of data representation. That means structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. Forget about unstructured and semi-structured. Completely data visualization will be based on structured data. That means which are representing in the form of rows and columns. So that means a semantic manner will be available in our data sets, and manage just different types of data. And here we can upload different sorts of data formats. For example, you can upload Excel sheet, you can use PDF, you can use Access data set. Like this you can work on different sorts of data representations. And why Tableau is for visualization, why we are using Tableau, not other tools like Power BI or some sort of R data visualization statistical analysis tools like that. Why we are using Tableau instead of those few other things? So it is having easy to use user interface. That means the user interface of Tableau desktop software is well mannered and well explainable. When you are using it for the first time, you can easily understand that user interface. What are the things available on that panel can be easily understandable when you are a first time user also. And get drag and drop options. That means you can drag and drop the dimensions and measures onto the workspace so that you can work easily with data visualization. And effective data filtering, and also we have data cleaning mechanism. Those two are interrelated some cases, because some numeric values, some textual values will be missing or wrong typed. Then we will be performing data pre-processing mechanism in the manner which we do in coding, But here we are doing some sort of filtering, and we are removing those null values, or we are performing some sort of filtering mechanism, and overlapping those kind of null values and unwanted symbols. Like that, we can do some sort of data cleaning mechanisms and automatic separation of text and numeric data. So when we try to upload any one sort of data set into this Tableau desktop, then it will automatically segregate this textual and numerical information. Then you can recognize what are dimensions and what are measures in our data set. Okay, so this is so these are the reasons actually why we are using Tableau desktop for visualization. And coming to supportive files, supports all textual data formats like Excel, document, etc. And supports all database types like DB2, Oracle, AWS servers, etc. So we have different sorts of supports from this Tableau desktop, so that we can work perfectly using Tableau desktop software. So without any further delay, let's do some sort of hands-on things like we have done in previous 11 episodes. So concisely we are going to work on different data sets in today's lecture, and we are going to create some different sorts of filtering and sorting mechanisms. We are going to apply some sort of rules and regulations. We are going to create dashboard, and even we are going to create a slide shares like that in today's lecture. So without any further delay, let's jump onto our Tableau desktop now. So here we have Tableau desktop. Already I explained in my initial videos only. So this one is data connecting panel, and here this is the workspace, and here you will be getting some sort of training and documentation part. And here we can use these file formats to upload our files into this workspace in this book, and you can even connect to different sorts of servers like this. So you can click on any server, for example Salesforce. You will be having some sort of unique server ID for your company, so that you can give access, and you can get that URL, so that you can give information here. Okay, you can give information here without any that secure link. You cannot access to this Tableau desktop, okay, when you are using different sorts of servers. Now I'm clicking on cancel here, and just remove this one. And now we are going to work with different Excel sheets and one Access sheet. So now click on this Microsoft Excel, and it will ask to upload a data set. I have 4 different data sets for 2 different projects, and for example I am using this sample superstore. So this one will be regarding some sort of supermarket, and you are going to do some sort of visualization based on that supermarket information. Okay, so now we will be having different sheets here. So this one is the parent Excel file, and in that Excel file we will be having 3 different sheets. So click on this orders, because orders is the only thing which is having a major part of the data, and drag and drop orders to this workspace. You can see the data here. If you observe, the data already separated in the form of dimensions and measures. Okay, so what are dimensions? The data which is available in alphanumerical manner and textual format is considered as a dimension, because category is a dimension, subcategory is a dimension, product name is a dimension. These are not numerical parts. But if you observe here, these green tags can be considered as measures which is having some sort of numerical information. So dimensions are alphanumerical and completely textual information, and measures are considered as complete numerical part of the data. So without any further delay, let's create a sheet now. So click on this sheet 1. You can see we have chosen this orders from sample superstore. So we will be having dimensions measures here, and this is our workspace. You can see show me tab here. This is deactivated currently because we don't have any content here to drag and drop and to choose the type of graph and map here. So without any further delay, let's create one sample problem here. So based on that problem, we are going to design one sort of map here. We can choose one sort of map. So without selecting any kind of map initially, we can drag and drop the contents, but the best practice will be choose the map which you want to create, choose the graph which you want to create, and based on the requirements only we can get that map or graph activated in this show me tab. How to do that one? Observe here, whenever I'm hovering on this tree maps, you are getting some sort of information below the tab, because you need to use only one or more dimensions and one or two measures to create this tree map. So let's create that tree map for an example thing. Okay, so let's do one more thing here. Let's understand the things which are mentioning in the form of symbol. So if you observe ABC and globe symbol, this calendar symbol, and also some sort of hash symbols, again globe symbol, all these will define what is a measure and what is a dimension. Even though all these things are measures, this one ABC, which is representing ABC, this category is completely based on textual data. So completely textual data, furniture, office supplies and technologies, and the subcategories, and you can drag and drop subcategories here. So in this category we will be having 4 different subcategories. In furniture, in office supplies, different subcategories, technology, 4 different subcategories. So but what is this globe? This globe will indicate a map thing, that means a longitudinal, latitudinal, a spatial data. So if you drag and drop this city, you will get information like this city names. And if you observe here, when you choose this kind of maps, this maps will be activated. If you remove this one, you will not get these two things highlighted. Okay, so when you are using a globe thing structure, you will be getting these two maps activated. Now few more things required these kind of symbol data. What are these? These are date and time. So order data, on which date you are ordering. That means what you ordered previously, currently what orders are going on different years and different months, like that it will be having in this order data. And you can click on this plus symbol, it will separate like quarter. That means in 1 year 4 different quarters. Even you can separate the quarters like this, month by month. Even you can separate the month by day by order. Like this you can separate the information. If you want to remove this one, you can click on this minus, they will add to previous one, and like this and like this. If you can remove this order for for this moment. And meanwhile we want to choose this tree map, right? We have to create this tree map. So click on any one or more dimensions we done here, and at least one measure, right? So I'm using this profits. So drag and drop profits here, and currently profits will be available in this text format. If you want to make it as a color format, you can drag and drop profits to this color and colors will be changing automatically. But if you want to make it as a label, you can make it as a label and click on this tree map. So the data will be modified according to the data available in the data set. Okay, now click on this negatives. So filter data. So data will be automatically filtered because some few null values are available and those are sorted out. So this is the way we need to work with creating a sample map. Now we created one heat map, right? Sorry, one tree map. Now I am going to create one more graph like this stacked bars. So click on this sheet 2, and what are the rules and regulations for stacked graph? One or more dimension, one or more measure. So I'm choosing this product name, and I'm choosing this profit again, and also I want to choose sales also, add sales also, and you can see stacked bars are available, and click on this stacked bars. It will show something like this, but it is not up to the mark, so you can shift the variables like this from rows to columns, columns to rows. Now it will automatically convert that stacked bars into these circle views. But why it modified? According to your data, according to your choice, this is the most accurate thing which this Tableau can give you. So that's why it will automatically modify the content, and also automatically modifies the view of the your graph. Then if you want to do stacked bars itself, then click on this stacked bars and you will get the same information. So according to your view here, you will be getting data. If you want to remove sales, click on this small drop down here, click on remove, so that you will be removing this information. So drag and drop product name to here, so you will get information like this. You will get information like this. So okay, so now I want to do one more thing. I want to make a profit of sum in column, and product name in rows. So shift those things, you will be representing like this. Okay, so click on this bar. Again the data will be manipulated, data positions will be manipulated according to your data positioning. So whether you are using columns or rows, based on that the data will be manipulated again, and based on this choice you can even use this pie chart. So you can use this box plots, and you can use this packet bubbles also. So data will be representing like this. If you observe here, you will be having 301 negative information. Click on that one. So filter data, and the data will be modified. So if you hover on any sort of bubble, you will get some sort of information like product name, profits, and based on that you can represent your data. And one more thing, how to do some sort of multi graph representation, how to create multi graph representation in one space. So you created two sheets, right? Now we created two sheets, name it as some sort of tree map, and click OK. And you can choose here also bubble graph, and rename it as tree map, and click on this second icon after this one. So new dashboard, here you will get information regarding what are the sheets you created till now. So you created two sheets, you drag and drop this sheet to here, and you can add this one also bottom. Okay, you will be having like this, you will be having data like this. You can remove this legend, and you can map some sort of information regarding the data available. That means, for example, you want to click on this one, remaining things will be disabled, and your technology copiers will be highlighted, and here also remaining things will be disabled, and only the clicked one will be highlighted. You can check the data like this. And if you want to export this one in the form of image, click on this dashboard, because this is the dashboard. Click on this dashboard, and you can export image. You can export this as image and click on save. So it will be saved in the form of JPG. So this is the procedure you want to export any work you have done in the form of image. And if you want to change here also, you can change in the form of other formats like this. Like this you can do some sort of modifications. Okay, so this is the procedure of modifying any content in our Tableau desktop. Till now we created two different maps. one is remap, other one is stacked bars. Now we are going to deal with few more things like MS Access and as well as a few more Excel files. So before going to Excel file again, let's choose access file for a change, and now we are going to implement some sort of filtering mechanisms and also sorting mechanisms using access data. So for that purpose, click on Microsoft Access, and by default I have one coffee chain MDB file, that is Microsoft DB file, and I'm opening the file. It will take a while to open the file because as it is a DB file, it will take some time. And we have four different tables. Previously, if you observe in previous explanation, like using Excel file, we have the name called sheets here, and now as it is a database file, now it's showing as table. Now I'm going to choose coffee chain query and drag and drop into this workspace. So we'll be having some sort of features here, like the same dimensions and measures. If you want to combine two or more tables, you can drag those things like this here, and you can combine. If they are supportable, it will combine automatically. If they are not supportable, it will show an error like that. So drag and drop, so it's showing an error. That means compatibility issues are there. That's why they are not mapping together. Okay, so without any further delay, let's do some sort of visualization with this kind of representation, that is database file. So click on sheet 1 and modify it as a access file 1. I'm giving the name access file 1. Let's create a histogram like thing. So for that purpose, we need to choose only one measure. Need not to worry about dimension. We need to choose only one measure. So for example, I want to create a marketing histogram. So drag and drop marketing histogram here or any place here. So I'm choosing this place. So drag and drop that one, and you will be having overall count. If you observe, histogram automatically enables. So click on this histogram, it will show the procedure like this. It will give the procedure like this. So according to the values available in this margin, it will automatically create one histogram. Okay, if you want to give some sort of different color look, color coding for this margin, drag and drop this to colors, and automatically it will change to this color representation, but it looks awkward. So do some sort of modifications. So as it is not good looking, drag and drop the margin to same rows position and the margin bin to this columns position. So the data will be sorted out automatically and the graph will modify automatically. And with the same content, even I can create one bar graph. With single measure, I can create one bar graph. So I want to create horizontal bars. So the rules and regulation for horizontal bars is 0 or more dimensions and 1 or more measures. So I'm using sales now, drag and drop to rows, and if you observe, automatically the bars highlighted, horizontal bars. If you want to change it to histogram, you can click on histogram, modifications will be done automatically. So this is the way you need to create a different kinds of bars with similar kind of data. If you observe here, after converting this from horizontal bars to histogram, we have a new entry like count in the form of sales. Then if you observe here, as we are having one or two measures, this tree map is also activated. So click on this tree map, it will change to this tree map position. And if you want to change this to Gantt chart, so click on this Gantt chart will be activated. And if you want to change it to this packet bubbles, click on packet bubbles, the data will be modified accordingly. So if you code in Python or R programming, you will not get these many features at a time because you need to choose different coding patterns to design different sorts of graphs. For that purpose, we cannot do a feasible mechanism. We cannot implement a feasible mechanism to design such type of visualizations. For that purpose, we are using these kind of data visualization tools like Power BI and Tableau desktop. So I want to make it again like histogram. I want to drag and drop these things to here, and if this is activated, then it is fine. If it is not activated, then we need to remove something from here. For example, I want to remove this sales bin. So remove that sales bin and click on histogram. Again, we are back to histogram. Like that, we need to create a graph. Right now, let's check how we can implement filtering, how to implement the filtering mechanism. So filtering, I'm going to apply filtering with this data. Before implementing filtering, we need to drag and drop few things to create any sort of graph here. So for example, I want to create area chart like this, normal area chart, continuous try, right? And for that purpose, I need to use one date, 0 or more dimensions, and 1 or more measures. Date is only one thing available here. Drag and drop to rows. Okay, then next we need to use 0 or more dimensions. So for example, I want to choose this market also with date. So to elaborate date, it's better to click on this plus and make it as a quarter, so that we will get some sort of a bigger picture in our graph. And we have chosen already two dimensions and one date, and furthermore I need to use one or more measure. So I'm going to use this kind of budget profit. If you see, this area chart got highlighted. Click on this one, area chart. Yes, it got highlighted. So we have two different representations here, actually four different representations in market: central, east, south and west, based on this location which we used. And one more thing I want to explain is, whenever you are choosing any graph by default, you have to keep it in mind whether that representation is suitable for your presentation to your superiors or not, to your clients or not. I can design these kind of graphs easily, but to explain to your superiors or clients, it must be a good looking. So you need to have some sort of implementations like a combination of two or more graphs. And for example, I want to choose this area chart discrete methodology. Click on that one. So year based discrete representation is available. If you want to make some sort of sorting mechanism, you can do sorting in ascending order like this. So data will be modified automatically. So this is also will be implementing in the ascending order. And if you want to make it as a descending order, you can click on this one. So data will be modified in descending order. So this is the mechanism where you can implement different sorts of implementation, extra features like things. Okay, extra features like this. And I want to implement one filtering mechanism. So click on this market, for example, click on filter. For example, we have four different locations: central, east, south, west. I want to choose only south. I should not have content related to central, east and west. Uncheck all those things, uncheck all those things and click on apply, click on OK. The data will be automatically modified like this. Okay, if you want to add few more filters, so if you, after implementing this filter, it automatically enable one field there in filtering, that is market. So I want to edit that filter. Click on this one, click on edit filter. You can add few more things like central. I want to add central also, so click on central and click on apply. So those two things will be implemented in this visualization mechanism. So this is the way we can create a visualization mechanism for data which we opted for visualizing. Okay, so again I want to implement some sort of things like aggregation. Aggregation. So what do you mean by aggregation? For example, the profits by default in sum aggregate, that means the value of profit for every market size or product type or product will be in the form of sum by default. But I want to change to a count or average or min or max. Like that I want to change. How to do that one? How the data will be manipulated after implementing aggregations. Let's check that one now. So before that, we need to create a graph by default. For example, I want to create these continuous line graph. So for that purpose, I need to use one date, zero or more dimensions, one or more measures. So by default, we need to use this date, drag and drop this date here, and zero or more dimensions. I will choose this product now, and one or more measures. At least one measure must be there. So I am using this profit. Okay, if you observe here, by default the profit will be in the form of sum aggregate. So let's create this line graph first of all. So I created one line graph. Okay, so click on this small drop down here, go to the measure. So by default only few things are enabled, so I need to choose a maximum, count or minimum. I will choose maximum for a while, so it will show only the maximum value in that entire thing. So I want to change it again. So go to this one, measure, I want to show the count. So the count will be modified automatically, and there is no change here because of having no proper information. And I want to choose it as again minimum, so data will be modified. So only one thing is implementing here for maximum, minimum and count. Okay, next let it be a dimension in the form of attribute. So data will be modified according to that attribute. So like that, data will be modified accordingly. So click on this one, data will be modified according to the new graph. So you can choose this free map, data will be modified like this because only 2 years are there, that is 2012 and 2013, like that. Okay, even you click on packet bubbles, you will get two circles only, like that. You can use this box plots also, and pie charts, and these kind of highlighted tables, and also these heat maps, and these stacked bars, circles, etc. So by default you will be choosing some data, and according to your perspective data will be modified. If you observe here, the profit will be modified to sum automatically when you choose another type of graph for visualization. So this is the way you need to implement filtering and also the aggregation mechanism. And next implementation will be a fun filling thing, because we are going to implement some sort of visualization with null values, that is error rectification. So null values means most of the null values will be in maps, these symbol maps and maps. For that purpose, let's create a map now with this geo information, zero or more dimension and zero or one measure. So for both of things, maximum, same rules and regulations will be there, and I'm going to create this map now. For that purpose, I need to use this area code or state here. I'm using area code by default. You can see automatically this two will be highlighted, and to implement this one I need to choose one or more, zero or more dimension, zero or more measure, and I'm choosing this market size, and now I'm going to choose one thing from measure, that is sales. I'm choosing sales. So for that purpose, all the rules and regulations are satisfied, and click on this maps. So it will take some time to create a map, and now map created successfully. So based on this market size, the two maps are created. Now I will remove this market size, so for better representation now only few things are enabled. So the data will be like this in the form of sum. Okay, in the form of sum. But I can choose this area code or state also. so that you can give some more better representation, but it looks some sort of awkward thing. So better remove this one, remove this one, and better give color to this area code. So each and every area code will be having some sort of color representation. So if you observe here, you will be having 156 unknown values. That means some country names, that area code names with the numbers are misplaced. Some alphabetic representation will be misplaced there. So click on this one, click on edit locations. So if you observe here, basically the area codes will be in the form of numerical representation, and margin location will be unrecognized. So click on this one. So choose any one thing. For example, I can choose only few things. For example, I am choosing only few things, so I am giving India. If there is any available, it will show India. For example, Hyderabad, not showing anything. So let's change this country, fixed or none. I will give none. No, it's better to choose this fixed one, that is India. Otherwise I can choose this Argentina. Click on this one. So by default we are having some sort of errors, so the names of the country codes or area codes are misplaced. For that purpose it's better to use filter data, so data will be modified accordingly. Actually it's showing some error here. So as major code is having some error, so data is, yeah, we are back to this normal position, and let's create this kind of map. So like this we can create different sorts of maps in data visualization using Tableau. So I think you got clear idea on how to create a map, and how to create a graph, how to create different sorts of visualizations, and how to implement these kind of dimensions and measures, how to implement these sheets. And we created different sheets, right? 4 sheets. I'm going to create a dashboard now. I'm going to call this access file 1, and I'm using this bar chart also. So these two in one dashboard, and creating another dashboard with this filtering and aggregation. So we have two things. But if you observe here, I can modify this one. I can modify the data here while implementing these kind of dashboard creation. But if what is story, click on this last one, story. You can use only one dashboard or one page at a time. You cannot add the thing you made in dashboard. You cannot add few sheets, two or more sheets here. Just if you want to use another sheet, you can replace one. Otherwise you cannot do such type of clubbing. But if you want to club the things, use dashboards, create dashboards based on your clubbed data, and drag and drop the dashboard, and data will be pasted here. The dashboard data will be pasted here. But when you go to this dashboard one again, you can replace the content. So by default I am using access file 1 and bar graph, but I can choose filtering here. So data is modified. Now come to story. Data will be modified automatically. Okay, this is the way you need to create a story. A story is most useful for representation and presentation with your clients. So that's the thing you need to follow while giving any presentation with your clients and to your superiors or anything. And this is the procedure you need to follow to create a visualization. So click on this dashboard to drag and drop this dashboard to, and you will get this dashboard here in this story. You can replace it with dashboard 1, and you will get like this. So this is the mechanism you need to implement using the Tableau desktop. I hope you all got clear understanding on Tableau desktop, and if you have any doubts, please mention in the comment section, so that it will be helpful for me to design few more videos on advanced technologies. And thanks for watching this video. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please do considering subscription, and please press the bell icon so that you will never miss any update from my channel. Thanks for watching this video. Bye.